We are live now. Dear all, yeah, I welcome you to the third round of discussion. This is for the Smart India Hackathon, and in this session, we are the session is actually for the school SPOCs, like for this school interaction and the team nomination. We have Dr. Abhay Jere here. Uh, Hello, sir. I welcome you here in this session. Sir, please, sir, with your permission, can we start the session?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
good.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. So, so over to you, sir. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Shubham. I hope I am audible, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clearly audible, sir.
Yeah, good. So first, I would really like to welcome all my friends from schools who are keen on joining this Smart India Hackathon initiative. This is the first time we are opening this Smart India Hackathon initiative for schools because we believe that large number of ideas can come from schools. School students are really capable of thinking out of box. And if we can nurture these ideas from schools, then we can certainly increase the innovation potential, innovation ability, innovation index within our school systems. We believe that our youngsters, our kids in schools are out of box thinkers, are creative. And if we give them that opportunity to think out of box, they will certainly surprise us. And that is the reason, for the first time, we are saying that we will not limit our Smart India Hackathon only for colleges, but we will also give opportunities to our school students and faculty members or teachers. When we are talking about registration and applying for Smart India Hackathon, the requirements for schools are a bit different than for higher educational institutions. For higher educational institutions, we are making SPOC, that is single point of contact, mandatory. But for schools, it is not mandatory, but we are encouraging schools to have or to nominate single point of contact for us. Because it's easy for us to communicate through the SPOC to different stakeholders, to different participants, teams within that institution. So, although we have not made it mandatory, we are highly recommending it. And we request schools to nominate SPOCs so that the communication with your organization becomes extremely easy. We will not lose time, and it will be very, very fruitful and efficient. So this is first point which I would like to highlight. Second point, which ideas students can submit. So we have already announced a lot of problem statements, but majority of these problem statements we expect higher educational institutes to work on them. We don't expect school students to work on problem statement and submit ideas against a specific problem statement. So we have created a separate category for schools where we are calling it as school innovations. And any innovation, any idea which may be relevant to the problem statement or which may not be relevant to the problem statement, you can submit it in that bucket or in that domain. Please understand, I will repeat, this is very, very important. We have created a separate category for student innovations for schools. And any idea which a school student can has, whether it is related to problem statement which we have published or any other idea for the themes which we have published. We have currently 16 themes, So if your idea fits within those themes, you just submit it irrespective of whether the problem statement is announced or not. So we have kept things very open and very, very simple for schools. Just you have a wild idea, submit it under an appropriate theme. You don't need to bother yourselves with the problem statements which we have published. I think I am very clear. Okay. As I said, we have 16 themes. So any good tool, any good idea, whether it could be a software related idea, it could be a hardware related idea, you should go ahead and submit that. Moreover, as the school bucket is completely separate, we will evaluate your ideas also separately. So the college ideas will be evaluated separately. They will be compared with other colleges' ideas. School ideas will be evaluated separately, and you will only compete with other schools. So schools will not compete with colleges and vice versa. So you have huge opportunity to win prize money because we are evaluating schools' ideas separately. We will have 5 prizes per theme. So we have 16 themes. So each theme will have 5 prizes and each prize will be of 25,000 rupees. You can make your teams. You can be an individual person who is having an idea, or you can have 2 or 3 people, students, group of your friends together working on an idea. Okay. So that's fine with us. But you need to submit it through schools. We will require your identity. And while registration, you have to highlight which schools, you have to share with us which school you belong to, whether it's a CBSE school, whether it's an ICSE school, whether it's a state board school. All the information you have to fill very completely. If your information is incomplete, we will reject your idea. So ensure that you fill all the details thoroughly. And currently, because this is the first time, we are only limiting schools which are in India. There could be some Indian schools abroad, maybe in Gulf or some other countries. We will include them next time because we are also learning. We also want to know how good the response is. So this year, we are only accepting ideas from schools which are physically located within India, inside India. So this is again a very, very important aspect to remember, because many schools have their branches outside India also. We will consider them next time. So once you submit or once you register as SPOC, after giving all the details, our team will internally evaluate. So you need to submit all the documents, your nominations and everything. So once that is done, our team will evaluate and our team will approve. And once that approval is done, then you can act as SPOC and you can encourage your school students to apply. Okay? Once they apply, you have to help in curation, you have to help in selection, okay, where you approve that, yes, these are the ideas from your schools. Okay? So you should do that. And then once that is done, we will actually get into evaluation. Another important thing regarding timelines, dates, which you all need to remember, is that the idea submission for schools, actual idea submission, will start from 22nd of March. Okay, that is the tentative date where we are working on. We are currently working on systems. So 22nd March is the date after which you can submit ideas. And currently, we have said 31st March is the deadline for idea submission, but we may extend it by another 5 days or so, considering large number of schools are having exams. So we are getting requests from the schools and we are considering those requests very, very seriously. But appropriate announcements will be made at appropriate time. So keep watching this place. Keep following us. You have to follow us. You have to follow us on Twitter. You have to follow us on Facebook. You have to follow us on LinkedIn and especially our YouTube channel, because we are coming live from time to time for sharing updates. You can follow me on Twitter also. My Twitter handle is Abhay Jere, because I also tweet on updates related to Smart India Hackathon. I am there on LinkedIn. I sometimes write on LinkedIn about Smart India Hackathon. So please follow us and you will get all the details. Okay. Sometimes when we send emails, they get, because we send bulk emails, they get into junk folder. You know? So sometimes people don't get those emails. So you also need to routinely check your bulk folder message or junk folder message so that you don't lose out on information. That is very, very critical. Okay. So, as I said, once the SPOC is registered, once the SPOC is approved, after registration, you will be approved. And then from 22nd of March, you can start submitting your ideas. Now for per school, for each school, we are allowing only 10 idea submissions. Okay. So SPOC needs to ensure that the best 10 ideas get submitted. Don't submit junk ideas. Help us curate. Because if you are submitting junk idea, it creates problem for us. And then we are going to actually tell which SPOCs did well, which SPOCs really helped us, and which SPOCs have not done a good job. So we are going to felicitate SPOCs who have done good job, who have helped us. So if you want to get felicitated, if you want to have appreciation from us, then ensure that you submit only good ideas. We are going to rate SPOCs, and you will receive a certificate from our side, from Ministry of Education, if you have done a good job. So if you want that, just ensure you help us clean junk. You help us remove bad ideas. Don't allow students to submit something junk. Regarding eligibility criteria for the kids, we are allowing kids from 6th standard to 12th standard to apply in this category. So if any kid, he can be an individual, or as I said earlier, he could be 2 or 3 member team. They can create a team. They can submit those ideas. And once they submit those ideas, SPOCs needs to approve those ideas before we consider. Also, we are allowing 2 mentors per team. And these mentors could be parents, could be teachers, could be industry experts, anyone who is an expert in an area or an idea which these students are making submissions. So you submit an idea in form of PPT for the first round. Once we like your idea, we believe that if your idea is good, then we will ask you to create a small prototype for the grand finale. Okay? So initial submission is a PowerPoint. We have given the format. So you have to use the same format. Don't use any other format. Okay? So format is there on the website. So you need to use the same format of PPT. It's easy for us to evaluate if we get things in same format. Also, don't increase in number of slides, because one slide increase by each team, and if we have 20,000 teams applying, then we have 20,000 more slides to view. It becomes a tremendously hectic job. It's not easy. So follow the limits, follow the format. Please don't deviate. And if you will deviate, you chance or you have a risk of getting your idea rejected. There is a chance that we will reject your idea if you don't follow the format. So that is very, very important. This school hackathon, grand finale, means once you submit your ideas, we will evaluate your ideas. We will ask you to create prototypes for the grand finale. And the grand finale will happen in June or July, and it will be an online grand finale. Okay? So the process is, first, again, I am repeating, I am saying these things again and again, so no one should misunderstand the process. So first the SPOC registers, then the SPOCs get approved from our time. Then SPOC, once approved, encourages the teams from his school to submit ideas. Once they submit ideas, SPOC approves 10 ideas or 10 teams, because we are only allowing 10. Once that is submitted, once those submissions we receive, after the deadline, we will start evaluation of those submissions. Once we have evaluated the submission, the selected teams will be contacted. The selected teams will be asked to create a prototype for before the grand finale. And during the grand finale, the prototype will be evaluated. So for school students who are keen on submitting ideas, the first step is submission of a PowerPoint presentation. And if your PowerPoint presentation gets accepted, or if juries like your ideas submitted in the PowerPoint presentation, if you get selected, then we will ask you to create a prototype based on your idea. We will give you a month and a half time to work on that. And that prototype which you will create will be evaluated during the grand finale. So the first round is evaluation of PowerPoint presentation, and the second round, which we are calling grand finale, will be evaluation of your actual prototype. Okay? So I hope I am very, very clear. So I wish you great luck. Start submitting your ideas from 22nd of March. As I said, we might extend the deadline by 5 days or so because some of the schools are currently having exams. We are getting a lot of requests from them, but that announcement will happen in due course of time. So start working immediately. If you are free, start actually encouraging your students. Start registrations for teams as well as for SPOCs. Just start looking at things which we have put out in public domain so that you have enough time to work on your PowerPoint and subsequently submit your PowerPoint. So I wish all of you great luck once again. Let's make the Smart India Hackathon the world's biggest hackathon till date and most productive hackathon till date, so that together we will ensure that our innovation, entrepreneurship, ecosystem, and these concepts gets sustainably established within our schools and within our educational institutions. Thank you. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, I will be more than happy to take your questions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the highlights. So also just wanted to bring to your kind attention that these guidelines for the school has been added to the SIH website. One can just check the guidelines by just going on the guideline tab there in the main website sih.gov.in, and from there they can find out the guideline as well as the student PPT for the idea submission. So we have few questions here by the SPOCs of different colleges.
Colleges or schools?
Sorry, for the school, sir. So first one is it necessary to have the account details of the school students?
Account details, we are asking for bank account details you are talking
Yeah,
about?
correct, sir. Bank account
Ah.
details, sir.
So bank account details currently may not be required, but eventually we will have to have them, because if you win prize, we will share with you. But I don't think we are asking bank details currently, right?
Yeah, correct, sir. Correct. We are not asking for the bank detail as of now because we will hand over the amount if the team wins to the school, then they can disburse the amount as
But
per
then
the.
why this question has come? Why these people are saying that हमको bank details चाहिए? हमने
Sir,
कभी
just
मांगा ही नहीं है तो.
yeah, it's just a question from a school SPOC.
Okay.
And another one is, do we have students from different classmates? Can we have the
Of course, of course, of
yeah,
course. You can have students from different classes, 6th, 7th, 8th, working together, fine. We don't
yeah,
care. Or 6th, 12th, 11th, no. You can have mix and match. We don't care.
yeah. But we won't allow teams from different schools.
Yeah, we won't allow school teams from different schools. The team has to be from the school, same one school.
Yeah,
Yes.
correct, sir. Correct. So, sir, these are the two questions that was asked in the chat. Thank you
Okay.
so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you very
so
much.
much for your time and for this information. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jai Hind, sir.
Jai Hind.